Did what now? Oh yeah. You got plenty of grief from me. Like, what the hell are we doing? And I've seen a lot of football. I ain't never seen that one. And he's like, well, I hadn't either. Yeah. We can thank Bolware for that one, wherever he is right now. Yeah, that was that's a particular pressure where you're actually reading. Somebody's supposed to rush based on how they react, and we didn't do that. So it's the longest play in the history of college football. Guy held the ball for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Then it was a Hail Mary. It was crazy. Yeah, that was.
7 guy caught it.
Neither had we. Took me a second to process it. I'm like, did we just drop everybody? What are we doing?
Coach Paul, you've been asked this. How has Alex looked on field goals this week?
He's done good. He's had a good week. Hit a 50-yarder yesterday. We do game winner on Tuesdays, just a long field goal game winner. Kind of bring everybody up. And then today he made the winning kick in 2 minutes. So it's had a good week.
I think Texas A&M, Virginia Tech, and Clemson produced more soldiers for World War II than any other non-service academies. Is that going to add to the intrigue of this matchup for you?
No. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool fact to know. But I don't know that adds to the intrigue. Probably does for a lot of our military folks, I'm sure. That is pretty neat fact. We try to talk about that when we get to Military Appreciation Week every year. We try to do a good job of really educating our guys on the history. And I met a guy somewhere. I was speaking. I don't know where I was maybe up in North Carolina or something. I was speaking in a Clemson grad. The guy was like 90, and he was just a sharp old gentleman. And got a chance to meet him, and he was telling me about Clemson. And he was telling me back in those days when you came to school, of course it was all military school. When you came to school, they issued you a gun, and as a freshman, you had to sleep with your gun every night. Now they put you in jail if you have a gun. It's just how things have changed, And because I asked him, I said, "Y'all have any problems?" He goes, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." So everybody was walking around with a gun around campus. I mean, that's just such a different world to think about that. But we got an awesome military heritage here. We're proud of it. And try to really celebrate that. I think it's the Citadel this year when we have that.
Coach, with what happened with Louisville and Coach Pitino, and I understand that it's more directly related to basketball, and everyone knows that you have control of your house and run a cleaning program. But with that said, with everything that's transpired, how does that affect you? What happens? Do you talk to Dan Radakovich and all your assistants just to kind of make sure everything's copacetic? You talk about that at all?
No. I mean, it's I try to hire good people with character and integrity, and that's what we've done here. Do things the right way, and if we ever have an issue, we deal with it. But I don't know all the details of all that stuff. But I don't need to go run and grab the guys and say, "All right, boys." I trust my coaches. And I try to just, like I said, hire people first. So when I lay my head down at night, I can have peace in knowing that these guys are going to do the right things in every area. And if somebody doesn't, then you have high level of accountability. So just try to do what's right all the time. That's what we talk about. So we don't have to just keep doing what we do. Wow. Yeah. How about that? Running that rock. Yeah. It's like when we're throwing it for 500 yards, you always need to run the ball. I mean, what's wrong with the run? We threw it for 580 against Pitt. Why can't y'all run the ball? I'm like, well, there's 9 people up there.
I can honestly tell you, nobody at the press box is complaining about you running the ball. Run that clock.
I like it. Yeah. Hey, man, whatever we need to do. I told him, I say, it's like, there's a lot of different ways to win, It's like going to Waffle House, right? You get them scattered, covered, smothered, and chunked, how you want them. You know, everybody you got to be able to get it done, however, whatever it takes. You know, sometimes you got to be able to run the ball. Sometimes you got to be able to throw the ball, and you need to be able to do both. And to be honest with you, we probably we forced a few things last week, just trying to. You're like, well, okay, that ain't gonna work. Now my quarterback's holding the ball because there's nowhere to go with the ball because, you know, we need to be running the ball. And so it was good for all of us, and great patience, you know, to just let's do it, let's run it. Of course, Robbie's over, gonna run it again, you know. That was a dream game for him to be able to rush the ball for whatever it was, 340 something yards. If we rush the ball for 300 yards, we're gonna win. I mean, you know, it's not. We don't really go into a game with a goal of we need to do this. We just want to just recognize and the plan and attack their weaknesses and give ourselves the best chance to be successful. You know, with whatever play is called, give our guys a chance to be successful. Let's don't be stubborn. And that's why we've been good. I mean, we've been able to be a balanced football team. We've been able to be a team that's been able to beat people running it, beat people passing it when we've had to. I think you've got to be able to have that ability to win at the highest level. You know, because sooner or later, if you become one-dimensional, somebody's gonna be good enough to take it away.
I think that's what happened. You talked about the 2006 game in Blacksburg the other day. I remember they really loaded the box against the run in that game, and you had a hard time in the passing game. Is that the biggest difference between now and then?
Yeah. There's a lot of differences. But that was from that game. We weren't good enough to beat them throwing it, and that was a butt whooping. Okay,
Thanks,
appreciate
Coach.
it.